Hello and welcome back on my YouTube channel, Parth Doshi Learning by Doing. So today in this video, we are going to see one feature in UiPath, which I think many of us have not used, but it is a very helpful feature in UiPath. So we have an option in Design tab besides Publish if we see in UiPath Studio, that is Export to Excel. Now in this video, we are going to see how can we utilize this feature, how does it help us, and what exactly is this feature, and why do we have it in UiPath. So without any delay, let's get started. Okay. Yeah. So this is a project that I have built just for the demo purpose of that particular feature. Now, if you see in Design tab, we have this export to Excel. Now, I just want you to think for few minutes or few seconds, like how many times have you used this feature or have you even tried to explore this? I think the answer will be no, that you haven't explored, or if you have, then you haven't tried to explore it in detail, that how it can be useful. So let's see in this video how this can be useful and when exactly should we use this. Now, many times when working in an organization, there is collaborative work. Like a part of workflow is built by someone else, or maybe the other part is built by someone else. For that, we have version control as well. But now, what if I want to get a clear understanding of that complete complex process, like which variables are created, what conditions are used? So now to understand them in UiPath Studio, I have to every time expand. Now, if you see this workflow is quite small, so we have hardly 7 to 8 activities. But now, what if there are around 50 to 60 activities in the workflow? I need to understand each of them. I need to see the properties, what is set to true, what is not set to true. When working in UI automation, there is simulate, click, and many other things. So, man, there are many other things required to understand a particular workflow. So now if you see over here, this code is basically to check if a date lies in a specific date range. If you want to see the complete video of how I'm doing this and what are the packages that I've used, then you can see the video. I will add the link in the description. But now coming back to our topic, that is export to Excel. Now, this is basically used to understand the big complex workflows. Now, if there is a workflow with 50 activities and you want to quickly, not you or any other developer wants to quickly understand what is happening in that workflow, what are the variables created, what are the arguments created, what conditions are set, what is used in assign statement, everything quickly. Now, if you see, if I have a larger statement over here in assign, like maybe some expression or something like that, like link query or anything else, if I have a bigger expression, I have to expand or I have to click over here, or else I have to do this thing, right? So these are the multiple things that a developer invest his time when he wants to understand the workflow, right? Now export to Excel is a feature which basically exports your complete workflow into an Excel file. Now how does it do that? That is happening in the backend, but once it is exported in the Excel, it gives you the complete hierarchy of the workflow, the if conditions, the assign statement, what are the properties of assign statement, which have been set to true, false in UI automation, etc, etc. So now when you click on export to Excel, right, you just simply need to select the location where you want to save the file. I have already done that, so I'm not going to do that, and I will open the Excel file. So you see it is being by default set by the main, because my workflow name is main. Now let me close it, and I already have in my downloads folder. Now you see this is the Excel file that is generated through this. Now let's try to understand that Excel file. Okay, so you see this is the main sequence 1.1, as you can see over here, main sequence. There is no multiple sequence over here. Now its property, we have only private, which is set to false. Coming to variables, it gives the all the list of variables along with their data type. So I don't need to multiple times go in the variables and understand what are the variables and where are they used, etc, etc. So now if you see, here is now, I think since we don't have the scope and everything is under one particular sequence, right, So there is not that scope column available because everything is under one sequence. So now if you see variables, we have date one, which is of string, to string, result int 32, then string, then int 32. Now starting with activities, I have a log message, right? Which says the message is execution started, the level is info. Now you see I'm getting a very clear understanding. I don't have to expand this workflow. I can keep it collapsed and I can still understand the complete workflow in this. Now assign is the value is getting assigned to date one, the value is 20 August, and private is false. These are the only properties. That is the reason. Now if you see again assign, then there are three assigns as we can see. Then there is compare date. Now let's see the properties of compare date. Left, private, result, and right. So the left is equals to c date, right is c date bracket date one, then the result, and the result type is of system.in32. Now even though I have it mentioned over here that result is of in32, here for a clear understanding the result type is also mentioned, right? Now that result type I think is coming from here, since we have result and it is of type in32. That is the by default property. Then we have again one more compare date for date 2, and we have all the details. Then we have if. So what is the condition? If result equal to 1 and result 1 equal to -1, then display a log message. Okay, let me just scroll down. Comparing date lies in the given range, log level info, private false, similar to here. So I have then condition, and what is happening in then I have clearly mentioned over here. Then we have else. And then finally, we have a log message that says execution completed. So now if you see, if I compare understanding the workflow from UiPath and I compare the understanding of the workflow and getting a complete overview from this particular Excel file. This Excel file seems pretty much easier since I have all the details clearly mentioned along with the data types, the properties that are there, etc., etc. So when you have complex workflows, this can be very much useful to understand the complete your project, what it is built and developed by your colleague or other developer in the team. So this is how the particular feature export to Excel can be very much useful, and even I have found it useful, and maybe I'm going to use it more while explaining the workflows in my team. So thank you for watching the complete video. I hope you learned something interesting and a helpful feature in UiPath. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, Parth Doshi Learning by Doing, your one-stop source for learning path. Thank you.